Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Robuilder YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to make a cabin because why not? So first things first, I'm going to just assume you already have Blender and have already dropped a like on this video, because if you haven't, well, I'm going to have to cry a little bit. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and press Shift A, spawn in the cylinder, and this will be like the log itself. Now, we don't need these 32 sides. I'm going to make that probably 8. Now, you could do however many sides you want, but personally, for this build, I'm thinking 8. A couple less might look cool as well. A couple more will look cool for a higher poly build. But in my style, this is what works for me. Now, I'm going to go ahead and press S to scale and Z to keep it on the Z axis. There we go. And I'm going to press R90 to turn that 90 degrees. Now, I can scale this down by pressing S. And then I want to just scale it on the axis to make it kind of a longer thing. Now, this will be our log. But, of course, we want to make it a lot better before we, build a whole cabin out of it, and then we would have to do all of them individually. So I clicked on this face and this face by holding Shift, and then here's your different selection modes. You have vertices, line, and face. Now I'm going to press I to inset, and as you can see, we got a cool little thing going on here. So that's enough for me, and it did it to both sides because we had them selected. Now I'm going to press E to extrude, S to scale, and X to scale on the X axis. And as you can see, these guys are, well, they're a little far, but very, very easy to change. So let me have it kind of open this way so I can actually see. SX. All right, guys, so we have our log here. Now, you could add some, little cuts and stuff to the log if you wanted, bend it a little bit. But for us and the build that this needs to go on, it's a pretty straight build, so we're not going to really worry about all of that. I am going to scale this on the X-axis a little bit more just to align it up. Now we're going to stack a few of these on top of each other by pressing Shift-D to duplicate. First A to select everything, and then Shift-D. That'll duplicate it, and you can bring them just like this. And then you can press L to grab another one, Shift D, and that'll duplicate both of them. And also, you might want to turn these like 45 degrees so they were laying on their flat sides. I probably should have done that. So I'm just going to click R and rotate that to like right here. That looks good to me. And then I'm going to repeat the process. Shift D, drag it up. And now it looks like they can actually, stand. All right, so personally for this one, I think I'm going to go 5 logs high. Now, keep in mind, guys, tutorials, you don't need to follow to a T. It just gets you the basic, like, hey, here's how you do it. Woo! So, now that we have this, let's duplicate it. Bring this one over here. Looking nice. We'll duplicate that, and this is just Shift-D, guys. We're going to press R90. There we go. To switch your views like this, just use your number pad. 1, 3, and 5, I think. 7. There's a bunch of them. Just use the number pad, and you got it, guys. I don't have a number pad, so I just hold Alt and use my scroll wheel and kind of go around like that. All right, so we're going to get this as centered as we possibly can. Something like that looks good to me. And we're going to scale these out on the Y-axis. So S and Y. There we go. And now we have kind of a cabin look. And then we just got to duplicate that with Shift-D. Bring them over here. We can go to this top view if we want to get it like exact. So this is hanging over this line a little bit. We'll go ahead and do that the same to this side. And now you have a little cabin shape. Okay, now we still need doors, windows, all that, etc. Easy peasy though. Let me go ahead, grab all of this and press Control J. That's gonna make it all one mesh. So when I go into edit mode, it's very easy. Everything's just the one spot. Now, I'm gonna color this in Studio. So, well, I'll color it in Blender for the sake of the tutorial. I'll build it all first. All right, so for our cabin's roof, I think I wanna go like sloped on each side. So I'm just gonna spawn in a little cube right here, which is Shift A, move it on over here, and just scale it up. So we kind of cover the whole building. Go into wireframe mode real quick by pressing Z and then just hovering over where you want to go. We went to wireframe and try to line this up a little bit. So it's perfect on this side and needs a little work on this side. That's nice. Go back to solid view, S and Z. Gonna kind of shrink this down a little bit, drag it up, Control R. Well, we need to be in edit mode. Control R to add a loop cut, just like that. And this will be our roof, of course, with a little bit of work. So we're gonna press 3 to go into face select mode. We could drag these guys up, and that's pretty much the roof right here. So grab on this, bring it down a little bit. We could probably scale it up a little more too. I personally like when things like kind of overhang on kind of cabin builds and stuff. So something like this looks pretty good to me. Now we're gonna go back into this right here, go to edit mode, grab this guy and this guy, Shift D to duplicate, drag them up, and then right over here we're gonna press S and Y. It's gonna give us something like this. So now that we have this, guys, I am going to go ahead and just press Shift D and fill up this whole space. And notice I'm not grabbing the other side because I don't think it's necessary. I don't need these beams or these beams like coming out right here. It would look weird. So here's what we got so far. Now what we have to do, let's go ahead and grab this face right here, all of these bad boys. Check this out. Now, if we want to drag this in, all right, easiest thing to think of would be rotate it, okay? Now, as you can see, it kind of warps our whole log. So let me go ahead and Control Z that, and we're going to press F3 and have this shear tool, okay? S-H-E-A-R. Click on that, and it rotates now, as you can see, and it doesn't add any thickness or take away from the thickness. Now, we do need to be on a locked view, so we're going to hop on over to this. One on our keypad, and press F3 again, and go to this shear tool. And now check this out. I can add it, just keep dragging, and this is the same slant of the building. Bring it in, and as you can see, it is gone with no other effect on anything. So it's very, very nice. We're going to go ahead and press C to select all of this stuff, and we just hold on the click to grab everything. Bring that guy in as far as we can without it clipping. Looks good. And we're gonna lock our view once again. Press F3, shear tool, and just move it sideways until it looks like it matches the slope of our building roof. And there we go, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that process for all of these little studs. All right, guys, so we just got done using the shear tool on everything, and things are looking pretty good. I decided I want to go ahead and move the roof forward a little bit, just because I think it'll look pretty sick if we went ahead and added like a little, you know, things right here. I don't know what they'd be called, like beams? Let's go with beams. So we're gonna do Shift A, cube, nice, and bring that guy over to where we want it. Got it lined up with the bottom. We're gonna grab this top face and just bring this up to here. And, hey, I guess we can use the shear thing again. I do want to add a little bit of character to this guy. So let's go ahead and press Control R to add a loop cut. We'll put one right here and one down here. And just a little bit of bends. Hold Alt when we click on this line, so it kind of gives it a good little, or so it grabs the whole thing. I'm gonna bring this over here and rotate it 180. And there we go, guys. This is looking pretty good. Up next, you might be saying, hey, bro, what do cabins have? Guys, cabins have windows. Let's go ahead and make one of those. I'm going to do Shift A, grab a cube, and I'm going to make a very, very simple window, guys. So we're in edit mode. I'm going to grab Control R to loop cut and Control R to loop cut. Then I'm going to go to face select mode, grab all of these, and press I to inset. Well, press I twice. It'll inset them separately, and then we're going to extrude them inwards just a hair. Now we have a window. Very, very simple stuff. I'm going to grab these and move them this way a bit because we don't need that much. And we can put this around the cabin. Wherever you want, guys, just, you know, tuck it in there. Make it look nice. Make it look cozy at home. All right, we're going to press Shift D to duplicate that. Put one right there as well. And I am going to center these guys a little bit better. There we go. Shift D once again. Rotate these 180 degrees. R and 180. And then we just want to bring them over this way. Other side of the cabin. Right where they're peeking out. There we go. And we'll probably put some on the back as well. And even one on the front. So let's just duplicate this guy and go to the front. Rotate it so it fits the front. Perfect. And I think I'm going to go up a little bit with this one so it's not on the same level as all the other windows, just to kind of add a bit of you know, niceness. That's not the right word, but you know, it works. There we go. Gonna go ahead and put some of these windows on the back as well. Probably put 2 of them right there. Works for me. So there's all of our windows, guys. Now all we need is a door. I may even add a little bit of a deck to this place. Well, for now we'll keep it like this. This looks pretty good. The roof, however, does look like it needs to be a little bit thicker, so we'll just thicken that up a little bit and maybe bevel the edges just to give it a little bit of character. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Nice. Now all we got left is a door, guys. So let's go ahead, add in a cube, Shift A and cube, bring that guy over here, S, scale on the Z axis to make it a door. There we go. That's the shape we're going for. Let's bring that in. Nice. That's where it can be. I think that looks good in proportion to everything else. We might move the door and the window over just a hair, but for now this is all right. Make sure we have it on the way bottom of the building. We don't want people to be tripping and stuff. And just to be lazy, we're gonna grab this window, duplicate it, and scale it down and put it in the door. Just to be lazy, all right? I don't want to build a super top quality model because then no one will have any originality in theirs. It would be a whole bad news. Now for the door, I'm gonna go ahead and add some loop cuts. We'll go like that and like that, because why not? And I'm gonna grab these 3 just to add a little bit of design. Let's go ahead and inset that. Sure, why not? Grab those, bring them in. Maybe not. Press I twice and make this all one indent. There we go. Face select, grab these, extrude them with E. Now we're gonna grab all these and extrude with E just to give the door a little bit of a frame. There we go, guys. This is how you make a cabin. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and texture this, or no, I gotta color in studio because it's for somebody. All right, let me show you how to color it. Make sure you export as all separate pieces. So right now, all these logs will be one piece. That's not what we want. Let's go into edit mode, grab all of these because we're gonna want them as a different color than the rest of the wood in this build. So let's go ahead and grab everything. I'm just holding shift and clicking on the face that I want, which is these ones right here. Also, if you do this at the beginning, you'd save a lot of time. But now that we have all of this, we're gonna press P and then selection. Now those will be their own part. This is its own part. The roof is its own part already. These guys are their own part. Cool. Since these are the same, I'm gonna press Control J to join those together. It'll give us one less part to work with in studio. The door is already one part by itself. Now the windows, we're gonna have to click on all these guys real quick as well, because if we don't, we're gonna end up with windows that don't glow at all, and that would be kind of tragic. So once again, just clicking all the parts that we want separate. There we go. P, selection, and I'll see you guys in studio. All right, guys, we got the cabin in studio. We're gonna speed color this. You don't need to copy my colors, by the way. They're just, you know, it's just what I'm gonna personally use to match the build that I am making for someone. So I think I'm gonna go somewhere like an orangey reddy type color, something like that, looking beautiful. Right here, we're gonna go brown, just a simple classic brown. These guys, we're gonna have to kind of scale into click right here, huh? This right here is all the window frames, so those can go brown, but I'm gonna make them a darker brown. That works. Right here's the door. That can be a fun color. Let's go like I want to do like a blue, but not a blue. Pastel light blue. It looks almost gray, but it'll work. For here, we're going to go a dark brown, probably a little bit darker than the window frames. All right. And then this is the inside of the log. So we're going to go brown once again, a lighter shade though. So now we have this kind of look going on. And last but not least, we have the windows themselves, which for this build, I'm going to make them like orange and neon. Boom. There we go. That's how you make a cabin in Blender, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.